a minute to come up with that. Ooh, I hope no one actually watched that part. Yeah, so that's embarrassing in itself, but let's keep trucking along, moving it out. Now down, oh, don't want to be there. There we go. Now you can truck along into your summoner spells and describe what they are for Urgot. Urgot, exhaust. That's actually pretty not bad idea for him because you want to be able to chase it down. You're really a hunter. They said in his name, headsman hunter, headsman. He's a hunter. He chases things down. He tracks them. You want to be able to slow them down and make that easier for you. So an exhaust isn't really a bad idea because you're able to get up to them closer, and then once that wears off, you can throw down your kinetic reassembling position rechanger thingy-majig. I cannot be bothered to remember all the names of all the abilities. One day, I'll just know them. I'll wake up and I'll just, oh, it's the bouncing blade, it's the vorpal blade, it's the titan. I don't know. I'm trying to name abilities right now. I'm just blanking. It's the meditation. It's the alpha strike. It's the volley. It's the ice arrow. It's one of those things. You know what I'm saying? It's a cycling strike. Anything really, but right now, no, not so much. Exhaust. So it's a good hunter ability. Other thing I might want to suggest for him would be a ignite, as you'll be able to do that last bit of damage that you might need. Exhaust and ignite. It's really standard, so standard. Teleport's also good because if you get your speed up, you can really just be jumping around lanes and jump where you need to. So if you can go like back door, maybe a top tower, while your team is bottom lane, really being pushed hard by the team because they were distracted by them, and you can just immediately warp in there. I mean, that's fantastic for Urgot because he did a lot of damage really fast. He cleared out a creep wave, and then he's just back into the fight. Perfect. Perfect. So that's what I would recommend. An exhaust and a teleport. Or teleport and exhaust, whatever your fancy is. A lot of people don't seem to use teleport as much. I like it a lot for those exact reasons, especially if you're like a really big damage dealer. Wouldn't recommend it for like a some 40 person. Not at all, because you really want to be able to stick with your team at all times. You're not really going off on your own. So that's what you think. Now, masteries. Favorite parts is pretty pictures. Favorite parts is pretty pictures. You're going to be focusing a lot on making a really good, not exactly a balance, but a good conductor of both offense and defense. So immediately off the bat, you're going to want cooldown reduction, attack speed, damage, damage, more critical strike, armor penetration, right there. That's 20 right there. Over here, you want me to use since since you're gonna be in the carry role as Urgot, you're gonna want to be able to deal more damage to creeps, take him out. It's gonna be very important in the early game, the laning phase. Excuse me, super important to get that down. And in perseverance, more damage there to reduce the damage taken, so you can get more into it. Still have 4 points left, and now we're just gonna just durability really. Actually, no, take one out, one into extra health. We have one left, and then the safeguard. That's pretty ideal thing I want. It's really heavily focused in your offense and a bit in defense part, just because you don't want to be taken out, because you will be low switching in the beginning, but you won't be super ready to just take on everyone. So you want that fallback. I really always try and push that fallback idea. It's that kind of safe mentality. You can go in and be crazy, but if you really want to get better at the game, you really want a fallback idea, and that's really important for champions that are going to have a big role, a big damaging role like Urgot. Now for skill order. Now, there's actually a really, well first that's 11, 6, 11, 16. Let's get those out of the way. A couple times I can find a reason to not get your ultimate right at levels where it's available. Urgot's not one of those examples, though. We'll get to one of those at some point, I'm sure. Level 1 and 2, Ash Hunter, Nox, Synchro Charge. You want to be able to get those out, so you want that combo out. So many heroes rely on their combos, their compatibility of their abilities, that you just want them together. You want them as soon as possible. And here we actually have the renaming of all the abilities, but right now we're here. So yeah, and then you can grab your Terra Capacitor because now you're all set with your abilities. After that, 2 more points and Astar. You want that maxed out as soon as possible because that's really where damage comes from. With just one Noxian Corrosive Charge, you're already on your targeting down. You've already got that well put away with. And you can grab more points there. You see your 3, 3, and 2 by level 9, or at least should be. Yeah, you can really slowly add up your Noxian Corrosive Charge. It's not a super important ability after level 2 because you already have the combo down. And then finish off your Acid Hunter, and then slowly 3, 4, 5, and then you can finish off there. And again, I'll keep repeating this. It's a really general sort of idea is to max out your Q first, along with your Terra Capacitor and your Noxian Corrosive Charge. It's kind of taking second fiddle right after you get it the first level. That's just the way to consider it, I find. Every time, just always consider it in that kind of light. Just that you really have to be really jumping around. And now we can get into the items. Ooh, it's always the fun part. Oops, forgot to have that part up. Items. I bring that part up. Yes, here we is. Now, off the bat, with Urgot, there's a couple of things you can decide to do. You can, one, grab boots with your pots. That's one way to go. That's also a pussy way to go. Why would you do that when you can grab a Doran's Blade? I say Doran's Blade. And Doran's Blade because it offers more damage, which you really don't want to be doing, and you can always assume that your opponent right now is going to do that. Because the meta really holds people down. People assume this is the way I have to do it. This is what I have to plan for. This is what people do. This is what the pros do. So if I do it, I'll be like a pro. Nah. It's not true. You have to be thinking for yourself. You don't. Maybe you're not designing builds because you're not a pro. You're not designing that most perfect build. But again, this isn't the most perfect build. This is a really basic build I find to make you understand the champion. But then I also want you to not be afraid to try things out, which is why I put some, you might think, weird things, unmeta things in there. You're like, why would you do that? It doesn't make any sense. It does make sense, but you're just so stuck in the meta that you refuse to listen. You'll come up with some contrived arguments why it's not, and I can come up with some contrived argument why it is. Or you can just try it, and then you can maybe make up some lie about why it didn't work. Or you can go with it and maybe just have fun with the game and stop complaining about everything. Oh, but that's a pipe dream, isn't it? In the end, though, you want a Doran's Blade because damage and health and lasting. You might be saying, oh, you can get that from a pot, but damage. And a little life steal doesn't hurt. Anyway, enough of that. I want to look at something, actually. What does this button do? Ah. Oh, they really want you to code in that. That actually might be fun. That's lame, though. Anyway, back to the items. I like this a lot better since you can just see all the items at once. I can point to them and go to them later. We'll just have fun here. Now more into your early game. Eventually, yes, you want to grab boots. Your second time back, yes. Your second time back after you have a long sword. You're gonna buy 2 long swords as soon as you can, though, because you want to build it into your brutalizer, and so that you can build into I forget what it's called. Now I'm going to look it up, and I'm going to feel embarrassed. Yes, brutalizer builds. Yes, you want to build into your black cleaver. I knew it was the big axey thingy. I knew that's what it was, the big axey thingy. Trinity Force, blah blah blah. Trinity Force, blah blah blah. I hate Trinity Force. Never get a Trinity Force. It's stupid. This is a stupid item. Yeah, you want to build into a back cleaver because that extra damage and attack speed, and that damage and attack speed. That's weird. No, I don't know what I was gonna add to them there. Damage and attack speed. That's what you need. And then a pickaxe along with a giant belt was also super helpful. So you can like have that diversity. With your boots, you're gonna want to grab either a Mercury Treads or a Ninja Tabby. Mercury Treads is just that all-around great thing. It's just so the tenacity is great. I love tenacity items. And you can grab Ninja Tabby if you feel like you're gonna need more armor because they have a very AD heavy team. Looking farther. You can go for a Phage if you feel like it for all that extra health. That's a pretty good idea. Or you can go for a Kindergram build into a Shrelly's Reverie. Words? Yeah. I need a drink of water real quick because I keep a jug of it out here. I want to see if I can show you guys that. Yep. Yep. Look at me forgetting my hotkey. But yeah, I keep a jug of water out here. I could keep a bottle of water every night, but why would I have a jug? Jug of water, guys. Fantastic. Moving on to bigger and better things. Oh, didn't mean to do that. Go. Back into the love world. What was I saying before? Can't remember. Oh yeah, Phage. Phage along with a Last Whisper can be a great combination, I say. I say and what I say goes. It's kind of my thing. So I say things. I want to bring up Phage and I can show you where it goes. There it is. It's that extra health and that extra attack damage that lets you build into your Frozen Mallet, which is fantastic. Because I pointed out before, he's a hunter. He will chase people down a lot because people will be afraid of him and they won't want to engage him directly after a while, but you'll have to chase him down because of that way. And if you have a Frozen Mallet, which will slow them every attack, I mean, that's fucking perfect. So why not go for that? You can also go for an Entropy, because that's pretty awesome as well. But that's only about a 25% chance. You will slow them with your Frozen Mallet. So really, perfect thing there. But yes, Last Whisper, there it is. Last Whisper, made from the pickaxe and the longsword, is a great thing too. And you can even build, it helps you build into your Black Cleaver if you want, or you can go into a Yumu's Ghostblade, excuse me, for an extra critical striking. Cause, you won't build a lot of critical strike and attack speed, but you may want to build a bit because he will want to farm a bounce with that, and yes, your Q is really great for that. Oh, excuse me. But your auto attack can be just as fine if you decide to focus on that, which you should, because it's people really underestimating because it's not really a big flashy thing like some people is. Auto attack is not a sword that cleaves through things. It's not an arrow that flies through the air and sticks them in the neck and blood spurts from it and you get money from their corpse because you're a greedy bastard. Just a little ball of energy that's kind of like zaps them. They go zip. Ow, it kind of hurt. Kind of brush it off a little bit. Well, if you build it right and you go, you put a hole in there, put a hole in their arm. They just don't have like a shoulder anymore. That's the effectiveness of his auto attack if you decide to go that route, which you should. You can't think of any reason not to. Yes, you can go to Shrelly's Reverie if you wanted that extra speed to, again, hunt things down, so always have that in consideration. And now just into late game things, or as they like to call it, the legendary things. There's mythical as well, but I don't really get into mythical because they're kind of lame in my opinion. It's like common mythical. Seems a little anti-intuitive. A Masamune, I almost said a Masamune. Where's that's the Masamune? No, I know there's a Masamune in here. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I am mistaken. Anyway. This map specific items are really weird. I wish they just had every item in every area. Some are, I guess, more suited for more, like Dominion is better for some things, but eh. For that, once you get into Legendary stuff, a Static Shiv is a pretty good item because you want that extra zappy damage. You want that more AoE, so you can just target everything at once, and then you can just blow everything up. And it's really good for clearing creep waves in the form of Urgot. So it's something to consider. More apart from that though, you'll want some armory things. Armory. Just armor. Warmogs is a pretty decent idea, I would say, because you